Connecticut nursing homes. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's well. And we are now in our 15-minute sharing session. And Morgan's, I'm going to just go ahead and unmute everyone. Okay, please. Yes.
All guests have been unmuted.
Good afternoon, everyone, again. Morgan just unmuted everyone. So if you have music in the background, please don't put us on hold. If you do get a phone call, you're either going to have to hang up on us.
Take your call in just
There we go. Okay. Please don't put us on hold. Okay. We have some music in the background, but hopefully I can talk loud enough over it. Or you can mute yourself. Go ahead and put yourself on mute. And just if you have a question or a statement, you can unmute yourself. But everybody is wide open right now. So I just want to let everyone know how we're doing. All our evaluations have been outstanding. And I want to let you know we have 78 nursing homes that have signed the participation agreement to the 3 different communities within Connecticut. It's overwhelming. And Florence and Sheila, when they're going out to speak with nursing homes, to leadership, and also to the 2 organizations that represent nursing homes, they let them know how excited we are to be working with you and all the work that you are doing within the state. So please know all this work is not being unnoticed, and we can't wait to see your readmission data when it comes in, hopefully the beginning of June, and for the April discharges, April admissions, I'm sorry. So,
thank you
with that being said,
we'll return to take your call in just one moment.
Okay, since we have some music in the background and somebody has put us on hold, we're going to mute everyone again. Okay. Thank you for calling. Okay, so looking over our polling numbers, it looks like we have a good deal of Interact teams in place, whether they're your QI teams or whether you have initiated your own Interact team. So that's the key work that we're doing, is making sure that you're working on this, if not weekly, at least every other week.
We will return to take your call.
All guests have been muted. You can unmute your line by pressing *6.
Okay, we have muted the line. So as I ask my questions, please to unmute your line is *6. Okay? And this session is really for you. For each of you sitting around the phone and the screen and your computer screen, you're learning from each other, especially for those nursing homes that have hit some barriers that just can't seem to get over that barrier. Now is the time to talk about it. It is a safe place. It's all about helping each other out. And that's why we felt it was so important to make sure we put this in our monthly sessions, because you know, you're doing all this work, and sometimes it doesn't work out, and sometimes you're a star, and you want to celebrate, and we want to celebrate with you too. So that's what this session is all about. So let's start talking about the homework from last month. You were supposed to go on to Advancing Excellence, download the Safely Reduced Hospitalization Tracking Tool. I knew I had that name somewhere. You're supposed to then review it with your team. You're supposed to then complete the data use agreement document and send it on to Qualidon so we can then have access to your data, so then we don't have to ask for it every month. Then you're going to be sitting with your team to talk about who's going to be submitting the data, who's going to be inputting the data into the tool, and are you going to do it daily? Are they going to do it monthly, daily, or every other day? And then you're also going to talk to leadership. So that was your homework from last month. So I'd like to open up the lines to talk about any of the barriers that you encountered with your homework from this past month. So again, *6 to open up the line. And Sheila's telling me I have to be calm and let people think about the question. I would love to hear from someone to let us know how has leadership thought about this readmission tool, or what the reports that we're going to be able to generate. Were they excited about it? Did they want them like now?
This is Lisa from McLean.
Hi, Lisa.
Our team has been doing the rehospitalization tool that we downloaded to track our admissions and transfers to the hospital. This year, the 2015, there were a couple additional questions added to the data entry. And it was actually in the transfer tab that there were 5 additional questions added, and I'm just looking for clarification on how you would interpret answering them. The first 2 in that 2 new questions talk about document advanced care planning, discussion in the past quarter, and then at time of discharge. So I think what we're finding here is at that time of discharge, if we're following the order, there's not always enough time to really have a full dialogue about a change in that order that was previously talked about for hospitalization, if they want to be a do not hospitalize. So I'm just curious, are others finding ways to have that discussion right at the time of transfer? And if you don't mind, I'll go through the questions first. Is that okay?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, so then it asks, was there a structured communication tool, which I think we're going to review next time. And the communication tools that I'm familiar with are use of the SBAR, use of the Stop and Watch tool. Is that what this is referring to?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So then it says, was there a structured communication tool used when transferring to the hospital? So my answer would be we completed W-10 to send it to the hospital. Is that what you're referring to there?
I would say that would be, did you send the SBAR?
Oh.
And also the transfer form.
Yes.
There is an acute transfer form also as part of the Interact tool.
Because
and I am familiar with that.
Yeah, we have been pushing the fact that people should send the SBAR tool because it really does give a full picture of what's going on. Way more than you can ever put on the W-10.
You're right, and that's why I was looking for clarification to that. So then I'm going to go back to when we get someone admitted, when it says, was there a structured communication tool when we received information from the hospital? Are you looking for us to receive an SBAR?
Not necessarily. I think that's more looking, say, the summary, a discharge summary from the send-in facility.
And also the hospital does have an acute transfer form that's part of the Interact toolkit, but we have not addressed that particular form yet with the hospital.
Okay, very good. Okay, so I think I have most of this answered except for any advice on time of transfer discussions. Any thoughts on that?
Could you read the actual question related to that?
Yes, it says, was the advanced care plan reviewed at the time of transfer?
What are the other options? Just that?
There's no options. You got to type in.
Oh.
There's not a drop down. That would be lovely.
All right, Lisa, I'm going to have to get back to you on that. I will investigate that and get that, and we'll open it up at our next. I'll get back to you specifically, but I'll also open it up at the next training to just say this is some of the questions that came up and share with everybody else, because I'm sure other people will have the same.
Sounds good, Florence. Thank you so much. That was helpful. All right, I'm all set for now.
Is Josephine on the line, and can you unmute yourself, Josephine, from Whitney Center, *6. Maybe she got off.
Oh, Josephine's still on.
All right.
How about Heather Rodriguez? Heather, are you still on? Yeah? Can you *6 your phone? Don't be shy. It's all about sharing. Okay, we have two ladies that are not available right now. So how about someone else? Any other barriers from last month's homework?
This is Hampton Healthcare Center.
Hi.
Hi. We've been using this tracking tool now for many months, and although it's very time-consuming, my suggestion for a lot of facilities, if you do it every day or every other day, it's not going to be so much overwhelming. We are up to date with submitting information, and we learned that this is a very helpful tool when we introduced this tool at our medical director meeting. All RNs and all medical directors, all physicians, drafts are very helpful just as an educational tool for what is it we're not doing. And, just also learn what we're doing right here too. So this has been very helpful.
Excellent. So if I can just repeat what you said. So one of the barriers about using the tool, it is time-consuming. However, it will be better for the facility if they do it every day. So it won't be as time-consuming because you're doing it every day.
Correct, yes.
And also, it's going to be a really helpful tool when you show that your medical directors and your APRNs the data of the readmissions, because you can then pinpoint any trends that are going on, what day of the week your readmissions are going on. So again, the whole team can work together to see if there's some systems issues.
Right.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Florence,
Josephine.
I was having technical difficulties. Yes, it's Josephine. From Whitney Manor, for those that are listening, yes.
I wanted to pick on you and just have you talk about how you guys are doing with the tracking tool, because you and I have really connected on working with this. But do you have anything you want to share, any barriers that you encountered that we worked through?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you. You've been very helpful to help us. I was thinking that you might get upset with the calls, but you truly are very understanding. You stay calm. You help us out. And the more we're working with it with my assistant, Sarah, the more obvious to me that it's going to be a big help to us. So it is getting easier. We are trying our best to keep up to date, and all of it is making more sense. So I just thank you very much for your patience for every time you called. And I hope you're going to realize the calls may be less and less, hopefully.
Oh, no problem at all. That's not why I picked on you, though. I enjoy, helping people because that's what we're here for. So as long as it's working for you.
It is. And again, I truly thank you. It's coming together, and we're actually, as a team, talking about it more. Our DNS is bringing it out to the floors, and the community in general is becoming more aware. So it's not just a handful of folks from Whitney Manor that are talking about it. All of the community is engaging into it and being part of it. So that's great.
Awesome. Thank you. Clap, clap.
Hey, excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you, Josephine.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, so everyone, let's talk about homework for next month. All right, so prior to your next meeting, to your next Interact team meeting, the team leader is going to download the quality improvement tool for review of acute care transfers and the Med Reconciliation tool from the Interact website and make copies of the tool for the team to review. All right, so that's one piece. Could we get rid of that? Thank you. And secondly, the team leader, you're not done yet. You're going to download the QI tool and the MedRec tool, these two tools, to a facility computer on your share drive so your whole team will know where they're located. So you can easily, instead of having to go onto the Interact website each time you need it. Okay, go ahead.
My suggestion is, if you're truly going to use these tools, is that you print it down and have whatever company you use for your forms just print out bulk amounts for you. And you're allowed to do that. As long as you don't make any changes to the tool, you can use it just the way it is. And Interact has given all facilities permission to have it reprinted.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you, Florence. That's a great recommendation. We're not done with homework yet. All right, so during your next team meeting, the team's going to review the two Interact tools that Florence reviewed today. The team will also discuss how and when the staff nurses, supervisors, and please make sure the supervisors are actually your champions on using these tools, as well as leadership and medical director will be educated on the use of the two tools. And then the team will decide which unit will begin to use the QI tool and the MedRec tool first. Because you want to start small, do a PDSA cycle, which we're going to talk about next month, but you want to see how it works on that one unit for a couple of days, and then you're going to talk about it as a team. The next bullet is you're going to develop a timeline by the team to define when the education is going to occur, when the first QI tool is going to be used for an acute care transfer, and then when the first MedRec tool is going to be used for an admission into your facility. And you're going to get making sure that your staff is prepared to use the tools, everyone's educated, and then right after the tools are used, you're going to do a little huddle with the staff member that used the tool and also with your team to see how it went and to how it could be better, what worked, what didn't work. So this huddle is really important. And you're going to document your findings so as you move on to the next unit, to the next nurse, you're going to tweak the tool so it's going to work that much easier.
And I would like to offer up to the facilities that are available, that are on the call, if when you're having your team meetings or your medical meetings and you're presenting these tools, if you need one of us, if you need me, I'm going to offer myself. I can't speak for my counterpart.
Of course you can.
I'm more than happy to be on a conference call with the whole team to answer any questions and to give more detailed explanations if you need that. So reach out to me, please.
Yes,
we're all available.
We're all available. And finally, during your team meeting, you also want to make sure you're still talking about the readmission tracking tool. Are you having any issues? Are the staff members that are putting the data in, are they having any issues? You want to not just forget about it, but this should be one of those agenda items that you always either start your meeting with or you end with, because without data, you don't know if you're going on the right path or not. So this readmission tracking tool is really the foundation of the work we're doing. And make sure that you're talking about the work, this Interact work during your community meetings. We talk with the community leaders monthly. Sheila and I and Florence do try to make it out to the community meetings when we can. So we're like a trigger to the community leaders who say, oh, we've got to talk about Interact, but sometimes we're not there. So you bring it up if it is not part of the agenda, please. And finally, any other questions you have about the homework or about any of the topics we talked about today? Star 6 to unmute your phone if you do have a question. always try to hold me down because I always talk so fast. Oh, I wish you guys could see this. Okay, and finally, here's our contact information for myself, for Florence, and for Sheila. We're at your nearest phone. Just give us a call. And that's why we are so engaged in this work. We're so excited about going out into the communities and listening to what is going on and how your teams are working so hard. So please don't hesitate to either email us or call us. And Morgan, do you have anything to close out?
All right, awesome, everybody. Happy Nursing Home Week next month.
Yay, celebrate.
And happy nurses.
Thank you.
All right,
Coming up too.
and happy Nurses Day also. Bye, everyone. We'll talk to you next month.
Bye. Take care and thanks.